Hello there and welcome to the first edition of the Solange Guzman Caribbean Sports Academy TV program. Today we are in the community of Shawanas in the preschool, Adventist Preschool to be precise, and we are going to be talking about the importance of sports and physical activities for young children. It is a joy and a pleasure for me to introduce you to Roxanne Craig, which is the principal and the leader of this amazing preschool.
Initially, I worked for a private Montessori preschool as a principal for several years. During this time, I trained teachers, planned and orchestrated the curriculum and other major events at the school. In the years that follow, I took a leave of absence to pursue to advance my career at the University of the West Indies in early childhood care and education. There I obtained my Bachelor's of Education my Bachelor's of Education with first class honors in early childhood care and education.
Oh, that is really great.
Thank you. Following this, I took a bold step to open my own business. Happy Ventures now proudly serves the population of preschoolers from 2+ up until 5. We also have a first year and second year primary school entry for those who were who are unable to get a place in school at this time.
You said that you were a principal in a primary school or secondary school?
Well, I was a principal at the private Montessori preschool.
Oh, yes. Great. So when you say that you took a bold step, right? Is it something that really motivated you? What motivated you to start in this business?
Well, I was given a lot of opportunities to act in leadership roles at the school, and that gave me the encouragement and the motivation to want to do things on my own. I felt that I could do a whole lot more if I was given the opportunity to do it myself, my way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yourself, your way. So what do you think, based on your experience, are the activities that kids enjoy the most?
Well, children enjoy a range of activities. They really enjoy hands-on learning. They like practical activities. So we incorporate a whole lot of practical activities into their learning. Whatever they're doing, you start off with the broad idea, the broad topic, and then because children learn in different ways, you want to get them to remember. They say most of what you learn is what you actually engage in doing, right? So once they engage in something, we find that it is easier, it is more helpful, because sometimes in future when you ask questions, sometime later, let's say weeks later or months later, they would always reflect on what they did as a form of remembering what they learned.
Yeah. Do you use physical activities in your school?
We use physical activities. That's a very integral part of the learning. Children engage in not only sporting activities, but other fine motor, gross motor activities. They enjoy building things. They move around a lot. They love role playing. So all of these activities engages them physically. And we know that children. The experts say that for a child to develop holistically, they need to have experiences in all areas of their development, right? Not only their cognitive aspects, which is what schools will mainly focus on, but their social and emotional, their creative, and more importantly, their physical aspects. We also know that lots of children are suffering from lifestyle diseases, and that is attributed to the fact that they don't move a lot. They sit and they just work with a tablet, or they don't get to go outdoors and play and so on. So we want to provide them with the opportunity to get that physical movement, which is necessary for their holistic development.
I like the way you mentioned necessary, because not everybody understands the importance that sport and physical activities have for children of this particular age group. As parents, sometimes we believe that they are too young, we're afraid that they are going to fall down and break their bones, but it is really otherwise. Exercises really offer a unique opportunity to the children to boost their metabolism, to grow healthier, to strengthen their bones.
Right,
and
that's correct.
I am sure that you will have seen certain benefits of having your physical literacy program in the school. Would you like to tell us something about it?
Right. So it helps with their when children are able to follow simple instructions. They understand that certain things are required in order for them to be successful. They work when they participate in activities such as sporting activities. They also learn to work as a group. Working as a group is useful for team effort, which is a key component of future integration into your world of work or whatever aspects you desire.
Okay. I understand that you conduct camps in Easter and summer. What do you have planned for this summer camp? Do you have any? Is there any camp going on for July,
August? Our policy is to have ongoing camps. We have several camps. We have our Easter reading camp, and we have a summer camp as well. Our summer camp really caters for a wide range of activities. We mainly focused on the creative aspects, where the children would be doing creative activities such as we do karaoke, we do puppetry, arts and crafts, and a variety of activities. This year we want to incorporate sports as part of the package in order to get the physical aspects
you want to expose the children to more physical activities.
Yes.
So you want to give them a taste of different sports like volleyball, basketball,
yes,
athletics,
yes,
and so on. And it is really important because when we participate in team sports, we teach the children how to handle winning and losing. We teach them how to be committed, how to work to accomplish goals. So team sports are really helpful for children, especially young children. Research indicates that the brain fully develops from 0 to 3 years old, and what we expose the children at that age is critical for their development later on in life. So I think that you are taking positive steps, and I think that your school is going into a right direction. But I would like to know what makes the difference in your school.
Well, what makes the difference in my school is that we have designed the school in such a way to impress upon the different learning styles and the different developmental levels of the children. So we have separated the school into centers, or what we call learning centers, with the adequate and appropriate materials to support the particular learning. For example, in this area that we are in here, this is our media center. We use media to support learning. So we'll use videos to integrate it into the learning to make it a little more interesting for the children. Our reading center as well. We have lots of books to suit the different ages. We have puppets as well. So just on that shelf behind you there, there's a little Red Riding Hood, and we have some finger puppets. So they would use the puppets when they're telling the story, right? So it comes to life. Okay. Right, so children like to recreate what they're doing, in a practical way. So, for example, if we have a grocery team, we're going to provide them with the materials. We'll leave it there, and we're not structuring their learning. We leave it to see how they are going to use it.
That is
and in a little while, we will see a young boy who always talks about his favorite superhero, and he will tell you all about it. He's a great storyteller. He was telling me a great story this morning.
That sounds so much like fun.
I want to add a little bit to that. When my children were going to school, school just dealt with reading and writing, and I felt that school needed to be a whole lot more than just taking your child to read and write. It should be fun, right? You know, and you know, as a mother, there was one time my daughter got a lot of spelling and so on to do, and it was becoming monotonous just trying to teach her this spelling, and you know, she was getting a little bit irritable at times, you know, learning the spelling. So I decided to make some flashcards and make it into a fun activity. So today she talks about those flashcards, and those were just simple flashcards. So, you know, all of that is what, you know, drove me to this point of wanting to make a difference in the community and, you know, to help children attain their fullest potential given the best opportunity.
So you got your education in UWI?
Yes.
Then you were a principal of a primary school, a private primary school. And then you took a bold step to open your own business.
Yes.
So I guess that it give you, that you were enrolled in different groups.
Yes. Well, as part of, you know, it's important for persons to be part of professional organizations. At this time, I am presently involved with a group of professionals at the University of the West Indies, early childhood, you know, with early childhood experiences. We engage in a lot of outreach programs, and we do workshops and so on to educate and sensitize the wider population and whoever is interested about early childhood matters, the importance of, you know, early childhood care and education. Incidentally, well, not incidentally, we will be engaging in a language and literacy workshop on the 2nd of June.
Interesting.
Right, yes. So parents, you know, people, that by popular demand, we held this workshop on 2 previous occasions. We held one in Tobago recently, one in Trinidad, and well, we're repeating it again here by popular demand.
Oh,
right. At my school, we also do workshops. We had a workshop to further, you know, to get parents more, you know, to get more knowledge about the benefits of being healthy. So we held this workshop to teach them about to cultivate healthy habits. We had the nurses from the community come in to do health checks with the children. We also extended, because you need to eat healthy, we asked someone from the Ministry of Agriculture to be a part of the workshop. So they came, and we gave brochures, we gave handouts, and we did lectures on how to do alternative planting in terms of aquaponics and hydroponics, and, you know, different things to...
I am really sure that the parents appreciate that.
Yes, they do, and they were given, you know, right, they were given, you know, material to plant, like seeds, packages and so on, to try to grow their own garden, and we would have follow-up. So in the near future, we hope to see what crops they grew. Actually, one parent bought some tomato plant for us, but you know, it's in growing stages, right?
That is fantastic.
And I heard the parent mentioning about soap. Yes, we did make soap for the parents for Mother's Day, and what we did is in our last project we planted different crops. So we planted an aloe plant, and it grew really big, and we showed the children how the plant could be used, you know, in alternative ways. So we have the soap on the table there to show you that they use the aloe in making that soap project, because we like to stay away from the traditional birthday cards or Christmas cards kind of thing. We want the children to actually, you know, engage in making something, so they learn all the different steps, and they really appreciate it a whole lot more when they actually get engaged in these activities.
That is fantastic. And talking about fun, just stay tuned for our second segment, Discovering and Developing Talents. We are here at Ventias Preschool, and in a few minutes we are going to see the children having a lot of fun along with parents and the owner of the preschool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And it's a pleasure to be here with you.
It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. We are in our second segment, Discovering and Developing Talents. We are privileged to share this moment with one of the parents of the children attending to Ventia's preschool. Welcome, Ms. Crystal.
Thank you very much.
So, I understand that your child has been attending to this school for a while now.
For the last 2 years.
For the last 2 years?
Yes, she has.
Would you like to share your experience during these 2 years in the school?
It has been wonderful. She learned so much. She's been able to express herself. She learns a little more beyond what they normally teach in a normal preschool. You know, she does science and she learn here and she come home and teach us. She doing things that a little beyond what she's supposed to be doing.
Really?
Yeah, like for instance, she makes soap.
Really?
Yeah, she's 4 years and she can make a soap. She made a soap for me on
She's
Mother's
4
Day.
years and she makes soup?
She
oh
makes
my
soap.
goodness. I should come here.
And they teach them to cook, and when she come home, she tried to make pizza. So they opened it not only in school work, but they open them for outside too. She does a lot of things that she surprised us a lot.
Really?
Yes, she does.
Okay. So you seem very pleased
Yes,
and
I
happy
am.
that she...
This is the best decision I have made for my child. Since anything I did for her, this is the best decision I made.
Okay. So investing in this school is really a great
It
opportunity.
is. They teach my child like if it's their child. They love her like it's their child. They take care of her. And that is what I look for as a parent for my child. Because all curriculum is the same curriculum. But what you look for is the attention. Because this is the first school she goes to. So I look for a school where they would look at her and pay attention to her. And they do exactly that at Happy Ventures.
Okay.
Auntie Roxanne take beautiful care of my baby. I have never had a problem. She had never had a problem in school.
Okay, that is
Never,
excellent.
ever,
That is
ever.
excellent. How do you feel about your child taking part in physical activities?
Very much. She's a very hyper child. She is extremely hyper. So what they do here, they have a program called Happy Feet, where they teach them all different things you can do with your feet, like running and jumping and sports and these things. So when they have that, she's have a time. She love here. Auntie Roxanne them teach her everything that she needs for real. She's got it here.
Okay.
They take really good care of them.
Oh, that is fantastic. So you are seeing the development that your child have been exposed to not only in academics but in sports as well.
Yeah, in sports and the way she treats other people and the way she talks and everything. She pronounces words properly. She has manners. I mean, I teach her manners, but for home at least. But when she here, she always have manners. Honestly, they take good care of your child here. They treat them like they're their child. That is what I look for in preschool. And when I found her, I always say this is her second home.
Oh, that is fantastic. This is her second home.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell the parents out there with regards to having their children involved in physical activities?
It's most important, most important. Because she's entitled to 1 hour outside when we get home. So she have 1 hour of running and jumping and playing. That way she develop herself. She tells stories and she's been in her own little world outside where she imagines she's a superhero one time, she's a firefighter the next time. They had a career day here and she wanted to be a firefighter. And she believed in her heart she's going to be a firefighter. So when she go home, she's a firefighter. So what she learns here, we do it at home.
And you are supporting the idea of her being a firefighter?
Yes, whatever my child wants to be, I will be there with her, whatever it is. Right now, at first it was a ballerina, then she wants to be a firefighter because she loved the color red. And firefighters just be red. So for right now, she wants to be that. I all behind her.
That is the magic of children. We often underestimate the imagination that they have. And as parents or as educators, we tend to call their attention and try to have the child concentrating and focusing all the time in academics, not knowing that the child is living in his or her imagination a wonderful adventure, an adventure that tomorrow could lead them to be firefighters, ballerinas, doctors, who knows. But I'm really happy to share this moment with you.
Thank you.
And I am happy that you share this information with the parents out there. this is the aim of this program, really educate the parents and the society as a whole about the importance of having children enrolled in physical activities and sports.
Yes, it has been nice that they can sit for 5 minutes and be quiet. As a parent, you get home from work, you're tired, you give them the phone or the computer or the TV, and that's all they do. But then you're satisfying your need. But what about the child needs? You know, the child needs to run, they need to learn, they need to play. When we were growing up, we played marble pitch and run and hopscotch and everything, and we turn out fine human beings. So the difference now is we have computer babies rather than normal babies. You have to go outside, you have to get fresh air, you have to hear what a bird song like for real rather on a phone, smell a flower, learn something, climb a tree. So I believe in physical activity. I believe in that. Every day for 1 hour, I allow my child to be outside. Well, she's fallen in love with her dad at that hour. They play football and they climb trees and everything like that. So I think it's the most important thing as a developing child to have outside.
Yeah, and you said the right time too. All what it takes is 1 hour. Sometimes we think that being enrolled in physical activities will take you like 3 or 4 hours. All what they need is really 1 hour.
Just 1
of
hour at their
having
time.
fun.
Yeah.
Having fun and meaningful and well-structured sport and physical activities could add a tremendous it could have an enormous impact in the children's life.
You grow as a parent and as a person when you're outside that hour with your child, because you get to be silly at times, you know, you run and you jump and you skip and you shake and you do everything with that child at that hour. So you as a person and as a parent, you grow, you learn your child. You learn what they like. They tend to talk to you more because you're outside and you're being with them. Rather than talking at them, you're talking with them. So when you're outside, you get, as I call it, you get to fall in love for 1 hour with your child. You get to be a child too, because you're running and you're playing tag. And tell me the last time you fly a kite.
Exactly, I like that point. You get to be a child too.
You get to be a child. You get to forget your responsibility, your bills, your everything. For 1 hour in your life, you get to be a child.
And that is one of the benefits of sports and physical activities. I consciously saying that 1 hour of totally fun, where you are stress-free, so where you release all kind of negativity, where you learn to interact with other people, where you make new friends, and guess what? You are in a safe and fun environment.
Exactly.
And it will give you that energy, that push, that will give you all what you need to continue enduring, you know, the challenges and the adversity of life. So I am really happy that you understand that principle, and I am very sure that your daughter is going to reach where she wants to reach, because you are taking the steps that requires, you know, to get the children reach where they want to reach, and you are letting her be herself and to have fun.
Because at times she teach me how to be a person all over again, because I'm so caught up in the world of everything else, I forget at the time I am a person too. Because I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister and everything. At times I forget. So when you're playing with them Israelites, you hear yourself laugh, or you hear yourself giggle. That is make you forget everything else, and you get to fall in love. That's the most, I love the idea of falling in love with my child. So we play a silly game, we play football. Oh, I'm the winner. You see that proud look in their face, you feel so good about yourself. You think at least one thing I'm doing right as a person or as a parent. I am getting to see my child grow. That's the only way out. But when they sit on a phone and they head down, you don't see anything. They get grumpy, they forget about themselves, they don't talk to you. But go outside, even if you find an hour is too long, or you don't have the space for an hour, go in a spot in your room, make a space, and fall in love. 1 hour being silly.
What a wonderful line to conclude this program. Falling in love with your child. How many of you take the time to fall in love with your child again? I am really surprised and amazed of that. And I want you to meditate on that line. Falling in love with your child again. Nowadays, we are in a world that is dominated by technology. While we cannot prevent it, but we can learn to deal with it. Yes, it is good to have access to all the technology, to play with the iPad, with the tablet and so on, but the privilege of being outside, as you say, to hearing a bird, you know, to feel the breeze in your ear, that is priceless. Technology cannot give you that. So I urge you to take the opportunity to fall in love not only with your child, but with yourself again. take a minute to look around you and to enjoy the wonder of life, because we really live in a beautiful world. And if you are alive today, it's for a reason. Forget all the negativity, forget all the challenges, forget what is going on, and just take a deep look at your life. And remember when you were a child, the things that brought joy in your life. And look at your husband, look at your wife. If you don't have any, just look at the mirror and look at yourself and be able to find ones you once were. So, thank you, and I see you again.